Good morning, children. Welcome back to our geography class. In today's class, we are going to discuss a new chapter. But before I start this chapter, children, I just want to tell a small thing. Children, have you observed these days, children? There is a lot of change in the atmospheric conditions. It is raining since a week or 10 days. Sometimes you may observe the day may be fully it is raining, rainy day, or cloudy, windy, calm, or dry, or sometimes heavy rainfall. Sometimes you may also see cyclones. You may also experience cyclones. Children, have you ever thought of why these atmospheric conditions are changing? I hope you all have guessed the chapter name. Yes. So that is what we are going to discuss at today's chapter, children. Our chapter name is the climate. So we are discussing the climate of India in this chapter. At the end of today's class, you will be able to learn the definition of climate and weather, and also the variations in temperature, precipitation, and duration of day and night. We shall learn about the definition of climate. The word climate refers to the sum total of weather conditions and variations over a large area for a long period of time. That is, for more than 30 years. So, if we want to study the weather conditions of any country, we need to study or we need to observe that country's weather conditions for more than 30 years. So, after studying the weather conditions of India more than 30 years, we conclude that India is having a climate of monsoon type. Then, if this is the definition of climate, then what is the weather? Weather refers to the state of atmosphere over an area at any point of time. It means, what do you observe with this, children? Understand with this. Weather may change at any point of time. Sometimes you may observe bright sunshine in the morning, by afternoon cloudy, and by evening it may rain. Sometimes in fraction of seconds the atmospheric conditions may change in a day. So that is called weather. So weather is a state of atmosphere over an area at any point of time. Okay, that is only the day may be windy or calm, cloudy, or bright sunshine, rainy, etc. So let's see the elements of climate and weather. The elements of climate and weather are same, children. Both the climate and weather having the same elements. They are temperature, atmospheric pressure, wind, humidity, and precipitation. Now you may have observed that weather conditions may fluctuate in a day very often within a day. On the basis of generalized monthly atmospheric conditions, the year is divided into seasons such as winter, summer, and rainy seasons, as you can see in these pictures. When it comes to India, the climate of India is described as the monsoon type. So this type of climate is found mainly in the South and Southeast Asia. The word monsoon derived from monsum, and it refers to the winds which change their direction. The word monsum means what, children? The winds which change their direction. At particular season, they blow at one direction and they reverse in other direction in some other season. That's called seasonal reversal of winds during a year. In India, wind blows from southwest to northeast and from northeast to southwest. We shall study in detail a little later as to why these winds blow in these directions. As we all know that the India is having monsoon type of climate. In spite of an overall unity in the general pattern of the rainfall or the weather conditions, Clear regional variations also can be seen in climatic conditions within the country. Let's take two important elements, that is temperature and precipitation, and examine how they vary or differ from place to place and season to season. Let's take the first element, that is temperature. If you take temperature, Barmer in Rajasthan may record a temperature of 48 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius in summer, which you can see in this picture, first picture. While it is hardly 22 degrees Celsius at Pahalgam. Where is Pahalgam? In Jammu and Kashmir. Or Gulmarg in Kashmir at the same time. However, in Dras in Kargil, the temperature may decrease to minus 40 degrees Celsius during winter. On the other hand, Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala may have a temperature of 22 degrees Celsius. So, Kerala has a tropical type of climate with warm and moist air, whereas Punjab has continental climate with extreme heat and alternate extreme cold. Because Punjab is far away from the sea. What's the meaning of continental type of climate, children? The state or the place which experiences extreme heat and cold because of its awareness from the sea. The place or region is far away from the sea. The temperature may touches 40 degrees Celsius in Kargil in the month of December, whereas Kerala records 20 degrees Celsius to 22 degrees Celsius in the same month. Now, the annual range of temperature is 3 degrees along the Malabar coast. In the Malabar coast, the annual range of temperature is 3 degrees. What's the meaning of annual range of temperature, children? It means it is the difference of hottest and the coldest month. What's the meaning of annual range of temperature, children? It's a difference between hottest and coldest months. So the difference is just 3 degrees Celsius along the Malabar coast. The reason is the moderating influence of the sea, because the Malabar coast is lying beside the sea, Arabian Sea. So when the land gets heat up, the wind from the sea blows to the land and gives a moderating effect. Whereas it is more than 20 degrees Celsius in the interior parts of the India. The reason is the interior parts of India are far away from the sea. So, the difference between the day and night temperature in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Kerala is hardly 7 or 8 degrees Celsius, whereas in the Thar Desert it is between 25 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. It means if the day temperature is 50 degrees Celsius, the night temperature would drop down to 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. Understand, children? So now let's take the next element, that is precipitation. Variations occur not only in the type of precipitation, children, but also in the amount of seasonal distribution also. Snowfall occurs in Himalayas as it is very cool, whereas it only rains for the rest of the country. Because of its altitude, it snow falls on the Himalayas because it's in the highest altitude. Whereas plains, it may experience what? Only rains. Cherrapunji and Mawsynram in Meghalaya gets about 1100 centimeters of rainfall in the year. Cherrapunji in Meghalaya gets 1100 centimeters of rainfall in the year, children. Whereas Jaisalmer in Rajasthan hardly receives just 9 centimeters of rainfall in the year. Then Tura in Meghalaya gets an amount of rainfall in a single day which is equals to 10 years of rainfall at Jaisalmer in Rajasthan. It means what? 10 years of rainfall means what, children? 9 into 10. 9 into 10. Okay, that much amount of rainfall, 90 centimeters of rainfall, the Tura receives. Then the Coromandel coast remains dry in the months of July and August, whereas the Ganga Delta and the coastal plains of Odisha are hit by strong storms almost every third or fifth day during these months. Next, most parts of the India receive rainfall during June to September children. But the coastal areas of Tamil Nadu gets rainfall in the beginning of the winter season. Of course, the Tamil Nadu gets rainfall in June July month, but that is the minimum rainfall. But this Tamil Nadu coastal areas get the maximum amount of rainfall in the beginning of the winter season. So these are the regional variations in terms of precipitation children. I hope you have understand today's class. Thank you. Stay tuned.